Welcome back to the channel, and hello if you're new. Before we get into the video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and hit that notification bell while you're at it to stay posted on my future content. Without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Jedi Survivor in 2025. Grabbed it on sale not long after finishing Battlefront 2, which still holds up as one of my favourite Star Wars games to this day. It's also a sequel to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, in which in my opinion that's a pretty good game as well. Now, this game caught my attention soon as it hit sale. One, because I didn't know there was a sequel to Fallen Order, and two, safe to say that Star Wars' track record at this point has been top notch. So whether you're a fan of the movies or not, they know how to make good games. And that's something you rarely see in 2025. Most franchises expect you to know 300 hours of lore just to enjoy the damn menu screen, but with Jedi Survivor, you could go in blind and still come out feeling like a Jedi. That's rare, and I respect that. Now, I played the first Jedi game, Fallen Order, on Game Pass when I had an Xbox Series X, and I actually was really impressed. So naturally I thought, let's see if Survivor holds up. Spoiler alert, it does. This game is cinematic, it's beautiful and consistent. The gameplay is smooth, the combat is fun, and the story picks up right where the last one left off. But it doesn't feel like a lazy sequel. It actually builds on what came before and gives you more of what worked. Now here's the part that shocked me. In this economy, if a game is good, there's usually a catch. Some sort of sneaky microtransactions, online only nonsense, or a buggy mess at launch. But with Jedi Survivor, even if the launch had its problems, they've patched it. I wouldn't have known about the issues if I hadn't read the old reviews. One of the standout things about Jedi Survivor is how tight and fluid the gameplay feels. Whether you're exploring, or fighting enemies, or even navigating puzzles, the mechanics feel responsive and polished. I played on both mouse and keyboard and controller, and it's clear they designed this with controller in mind, which makes sense for a game like this because you're going to be doing a lot of parrying, dodging and switching stances in real time, so the simplicity and responsiveness of a controller just feels natural. That said, the keyboard layout is customizable. For those who prefer it, it's more than playable, so you're not stuck. The blend of exploration and combat is smooth. It's an open world in a typical Ubisoft sense, but each area is big enough to feel alive and open without overwhelming you. It's what I call dense freedom. You have things to do, paths to explore and secrets to uncover, but everything feels intentional. It reminds me of games like Hogwarts Legacy in how it balances story-driven structure with side content and exploration. Now, the atmosphere in Jedi Survivor is top tier. You don't need to be a Star Wars fan to appreciate the sound design, or the tension in the music, or even how certain areas feel oppressive or peaceful depending on what's happening in the story. The lightsaber hums, enemy screams, the echo in the caves or in the open plains. It's immersive. They didn't just throw a Star Wars coat of paint on it. The game feels like its own living, breathing world. One thing I appreciated was how environmental storytelling is handled. You'll pick up context clues about the world, the fallen Jedi, and the history of certain areas, without the 10-minute monologues. This level of quality is rare in 2025. Most games nowadays feel stitched together with AI-generated filler or soulless assets, but this feels like it's been handcrafted. The score and ambient sound add to the cinematic quality too. It's something you'll pick up on whether you're in the middle of combat or just walking across a new biome. Now, going back to my earlier point, I heard this game was a mess at launch for PC users. Crashes and bugs and optimization issues, that all nearly stopped me from buying it. But here's the thing, I'm playing this in 2025, and I wouldn't have known about these issues unless I didn't see the old reviews. The performance now, it's clean, and I'm running it on solid settings, and it's very stable. So that tells me the devs didn't just dump it and move on, they fixed things. In a time where most studios push broken games and just disappear, seeing actual updates and care put into this one matters. EA gets a lot of flack, and often it deserves it, but credit where it's due, because this game was given a second wind and it shows. This isn't one of those one and done games. Jedi Survivor has some real replay value. Even if you finish the main campaign, there's so much to go back for. Side quests, collectibles, hidden areas and different stances to master, and even skill tree combos to experiment with, and none of it feels boring. What I also like is that you can replay sections differently. One run you might be aggressive with dual lightsabers, another could be more defensive or force heavy. Look at me with all the Star Wars knowledge. And that's what I mean. I also found myself enjoying the world, wandering around, testing builds, unlocking cosmetics, and it's not a live service game either, so you don't feel pressured to grind or check in daily. It's just pure enjoyable gameplay, and that's rare. So on to my final points. Should you play Jedi Survivor in 2025? Absolutely. Whether you're a hardcore Star Wars fan or just someone looking for a single player game with heart, challenge and depth, this one's worth it. I grabbed it on sale, but even at full price, this game easily justifies the cost. With how dry the AAA space has been lately, this one is one of the few that reminds you what gaming can be. What Jedi Survivor represents in 2025 is rare. A game that feels finished, focused, and made by people who clearly gave a damn. We're flooded with full games of microtransactions, lazy mechanics, and trend-chasing nonsense. So when something like this drops, even if it's a couple years old, it stands out. It's proof that single-player experiences still matter, that cinematic storytelling still works, and the gameplay depth can still exist without a battle pass. It's almost nostalgic, but it's also refreshing. This is what we used to expect from games back in the day. So if you love Hogwarts Legacy or God of War, this game falls right into that lane. No online distractions, no pay to win, just gameplay, lore and clean progression. You don't need to be a Jedi Master to get into it, but by the end of it you'll feel like one. So that's it for this one. Star Wars Jedi Survivor in 2025 is still worth every penny. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on my future content, and let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. On that note, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.